Gordon Allen era um empresário, um financista implacável e bem-sucedido que trabalhava no coração do mundo dos negócios da região noroeste dos Estados Unidos.
Important values that I had at that time. The first important value was to make sure that everything was okay with my children. The second important value was to maintain cash flow, and that was really what made me run. It also was a lot of fun to make money. I enjoyed making money. The funny thing about money, and the good news about money in some respects, is that it totally doesn't care who owns it or how you came to own it. It really doesn't matter. And so that means that one person who's a not very good person can have a lot, and somebody who's a good person maybe isn't going to have it, because money doesn't discriminate in any sense of the term.
O implacável mundo dos negócios de Gordon estava prestes a virar de cabeça para baixo. Ele ficou muito doente, contraiu pneumonia. Sentindo que estava prestes a morrer, foi a um hospital.
I remember putting me in a wheelchair. I remember looking at the admitting area, being wheeled into some sort of a room, and that's about what I remember of that part of it. My next cognitive memory is that of leaving and traveling. You know, and the out-of-body experience begins. The very first thing that came over me was this absolutely profound sensation of love. I mean, it was so unconditional. A love of the child of the mother, the two of those interacting. And that love was so totally unconditional, it was overwhelming to me. And that was beautiful and wonderfully accepting. And as I proceeded into this, the sense of this very profound love was followed by a sense of purposefulness, that whatever is happening has a point to it. I ended up in more of a space. I'm not standing on grass, and I'm not out into the woods, and there aren't streets paved with gold. But where I'm at is in a space, and a high spiritual being has greeted me. And there's two other spiritual beings, one on the left, one on the right. And I'm being communicated with. I cannot recreate the sounds in my mind. But I was greeted as an old friend and a loved brother. And that if I chose to go home, come home, I could. Yet I had not finished what I was there to do. And they said, look, they didn't say look, but immediately the thought was communicated to me that all the skills and all the talents and everything that I've been given, which I've been very, very, very blessed with, were for a purpose greater than the purpose that I used it for. The purpose of making money in it itself wasn't it. That there was another purpose for it. And that they should now be applied in some ways that would be shown to me. Absolutely, that's the moment my life changed. That is the moment my life changed. When I came back, my heart is filled, and you would describe this as being on fire. Your heart feels like your heart's on fire. And it's on fire with love, okay? The sensation of love that I experienced as I was going through the out-of-body experience has retained itself. I'm there. It's in me. It hasn't gone away. It hasn't changed. So I'm trying to understand where it's going to go, but I've decided that I was not going to try to save anything that I had from my past life in the financial world, or the business, or anything.
Gordon se afastou dos negócios e o mundo do dinheiro ficou para trás. Hoje ele é um consultor qualificado e usa sua experiência para ajudar outros a mudarem suas vidas. Já que alguns cientistas questionam a ideia de que experiências de quase morte podem ocorrer durante uma parada cerebral, o trabalho do Dr. Pim van Lommel, do Dr. Sam Parnia e de Peter Fenwick pode ter implicações enormes para a neurociência.
If you look through science, what's amazing is that the things that any group of scientists often believe as being completely black and white, I mean completely correct. If you look 50 years later, most, if not all of them, have been changed. And I think with this subject as well, in the future, we'll find that actually mind may well be a separate scientific entity that can continue functioning when we've reached the end of life and when the brain has stopped working. That will have huge implications for all of mankind. There's no doubt about it. It will revolutionize our whole way of scientific thinking, and it will open up a whole new field of science which has as of yet been undiscovered.
If I was in a road accident, I would be quite happy to stay where I was now. My children have grown up. I've got no problems, no difficulties, certainly no fear of death.
I would die to have a near-death experience. Yes, that's a corny answer, I know, but it's true. Had I not had that near-death experience, I would have no interest in being here today.
I think death is an illusion. I think death is a really nasty, bad lie. I don't see any truth in the word death at all.